We are part of the bigger NWU, Northwest University. We have campuses in Potchefstroom, Mahikeng, and Vanderbilt Park. We have a diverse community, and we have a large number of students coming from the rest of Africa. We pride ourselves in delivering our programs flexibly, allowing you to balance the demands of work and your professional environment, family, and also studies. In the next slide, sorry, in terms of African footprint, as I mentioned, we have PhD. Our PhD program has about 110 students. So we encourage our students to move from doing the PGDip to then doing the MBA and then to moving forward to our PhD program. Also, what is important when you enroll for a program in a business school and is to ask yourself, is this program internationally accredited, locally accredited? So we pride ourselves in that amongst the 25 or 30 business schools that are in South Africa, we are accredited by, from the left to the right, the second one from the left, the Association of African Business School. This is a body of African business school that says your qualification is comparable with others in the rest of the continent. EMBA is the Association of Masters of Business Administration, largely accrediting the MBA program, but also the extent to which the school is able to deliver internationally accredited program. We are EMBA accredited, and this year we're going through a re-accreditation route, and we're confident that they will then give us a stamp of approval. BGA also is another body, and we proudly walk the corridors of our building that we are the first African-based school to be BGA accredited. BGA accredits you in terms of the kind of impact we have. We're also busy with AACSB, which is an international accreditation body. And overall, this says that when you do a qualification with us, you can rest assured that our programs, so for example, for the BGA, they will come and review the postgraduate diploma in October. They're coming physically to South Africa to determine the extent to which the qualification meets international standard. Our purpose, we have a broad ideal that is around ethical leadership. One of the pillars from the left to the right is about societal impact. We contribute solutions that build inclusive and prosperous community. Ethical leadership is core to what we're doing. Hence, on the postgraduate diploma and on the MBA, you have a module called corporate governance and ethics. Innovation, we try to introduce elements of innovation in our program. For example, there's a module called new venture creation. We have a diverse community covering 3 campuses from a contact learning perspective and the rest of Africa from a distance learning. And we also have opportunities for lifelong learning, which I will share in the next slides. And overall, we are covering a number of countries. And if you trace back from the beginning of the study school, we can count over 50 countries that we have covered in terms of our alumni. For a pathway towards the PGDip, there are people that will apply to the PGDip and do not get the positive answer they were expecting. There are opportunities for you to start enrolling on our short learning programs. And once you complete one of the programs that allows you to move to the PGDip, you can come back. So if you apply and you don't necessarily meet the requirements because you might have a diploma and experience or not meeting all the requirements, there's an opportunity for you to contact us back and to inquire in our executive education to then say, which program can I do so that in the following year you can then do the PGDip. Once you do a PGDip, a large number of the students on the PGDip moves to the MBA and also to the PhD. This is a pathway you can walk with us. So if you don't get the positive answer, go back to our executive education desk and do a program that would then allow you to come back to our program. In terms of our strategic pillar, as I mentioned, societal impact is at the heart of everything that we're doing. We hope to deliver world-class learning experiences. And on our program, Prof. Kaiser will highlight this. We have immersive study schools where we bring experts from locally, the rest of Africa, and internationally to share with you. Just as an example, in 2 weeks, we will have our MBA a study school. In our MBA program, we have over 250 students, which really shows impact. I've highlighted that the opportunities to continue with our PhD. And if you follow us on LinkedIn, if you follow us on social media, you really see that our alumni and students are making an impact. By impact in action, we create value beyond the classroom, areas that you're going to deal with. And I'm just highlighting this for you when you enroll in terms of a program. Often we get to the end of a program and we ask whether we have met your expectations. So your expectation will be set around the following broad areas of focus as we go forward. One area is on ethical leadership and governance. We emphasize that in our program, in programs, entrepreneurship and innovation, sustainability and inclusion, economic development, digital transformation, and the extent to which we cover the rest of Africa in terms of focus area. So when you're done at the end of the graduation, I implore you to talk to me during the graduation ceremony to engage us on whether we have met the requirements or the expectations around the following areas. So colleagues, that's broadly what the business school is about. And Prof. Kaiser then will share what the PGDip program is about, and we will engage with questions as we go along. You're welcome as we continue to ask questions, but there'll be an opportunity in the end. Prof. Kaiser.
Thank you, Prof. Joe. If you can move to the next slide, please. Okay, colleagues, I'm currently the Deputy Director Teaching and Learning, but also the Interim Program Manager. So if you were to ask why would you choose to do your PGDip with Northwest Business School, can you go to the next slide, Simone? Why would one choose to do the PGDip with us? The program equips you with advanced management and leadership skills with strong emphasis, like what Prof. Joe said, on ethical leadership and also responsible decision making and leading in today's dynamic business environment. While we are also addressing Africa business challenges and also promoting entrepreneurship within the program, the PGDip, like the previous speaker indicated, it's internationally recognized through the PGA accreditations, and also making sure that the qualification is respected worldwide. The other key aspect with the program is that it's taking, you learn by applying theory to practice. What do I mean by that? Through practical learning, the case studies that we use in our classroom, the simulation, the practical elements like Power BI in our information management program will develop you or will develop critical thinking skills, analytic skills, and problem solving skills that can be immediately applied. If you are already working, you can already apply that into your workplace. And also, like we always say, we want, whether you aspire to move into management or senior leadership role, the program equips you with adaptability and also lifelong learning mindsets and strategic capabilities needed to succeed in a rapid changing business environment. If you can go to the next slide. So a PGDip, it's not just a qualification, it's a transformative leadership journey that equips our students with the knowledge, skills, and also you build networks within the program to allow you to lead ethically and innovate confidently, and also have a lasting impact in Africa and beyond. If you can go to the next slide. So who can apply to the program? You find that we have a diverse student composition. We have young professionals, some who are coming from undergraduate. We have supervisors, we have team leaders, entrepreneurs, public sector managers, and also graduates wanting management skills, and professionals that are preparing to embark on the MBA. The program is flexible. It's either you choose to do distance learning or you can choose to do contact learning. So with distance learning, it allows you to learn from anywhere. There are digital resources that we support our students. Even the online support is there on the distance forum. And then when it comes to the contact sessions, you find that we have seasoned academics and administrators who assist in that collaborative learning environment in between our two campuses, Mafikeng and Poch campus. While we are also planning to have sessions in Vanderbilt Park, but currently we are visible or we're offering our classes, our contact classes in Mafikeng and Poch. If you can go to the next. So, as I said, what makes the PGDip different? There is applied learning. We've got reflections. We have the practical component in the program, or the practical assignments, the simulations that we offer. It makes the PGDip different. So PGDip delivers relevant knowledge and practical skills that you cannot find anywhere in a postgraduate diploma. So we try to use to convert theory to practical, such that even if you were to, once you are done, you were to embark on, or you can go to your workplace, it will be easier for you to fit in. If you can go to the next slide. So if you are ready to apply, our admission requirements, it's a bachelor's degree, which is equivalent to 360 credits, or if you have an advanced diploma, which is an NQF level 7, you can apply. Also, if you have a BTech, you can apply, but you should have a minimum average of 60% in your final year, and also 2 years relevant work experience. There are cases where you find that you don't have a junior degree or a previous qualification. We have the RPL route that allows our prospective students to apply through, but I'm going to explain that RPL route afterwards. And then in terms of the key dates, the applications have been opened since 1 June. And also you should take note that the RPL route that I just mentioned, for those who don't have the minimum requirements, the bachelor's degree, the advanced diploma, or the relevant work experience, the RPL applications are closing on the 31st of July. And those who are applying on the normal route, The applications will close on the 30th of October. And the program is going to start in 26 January 2027. You can apply online. I'm going to take you through how the steps, the necessary steps, if you want to apply. But you can apply online if you go to the business school website. There is a link there that can take you through the application process. The next slide, please. So just to show you the program at a glance, the qualification is pitched at NQF level 8, and the credits, it has 120 SAQA credits. For those who are doing full-time, it's a one-year program, but you are allowed to do it in 2 years. The maximum is 2 years. And those who are doing part-time and distance, the maximum that you can complete your qualification is 3 years. The program is offered in English, and as I indicated, there is the modes of delivery: full-time, part-time, distance. In terms of fees, distance, it's a bit cheaper. It's currently at 40,000, and then both full-time and part-time are at 60,000. The reason why full-time and part-time are a bit expensive is because students are required, it's compulsory, they are required to go and attend study schools, and that cost it's factored in that 60,000. If you can go to the next slide, Simone. So in terms of the program structure, as I indicated, it's a 120 credits program. We have to do 60 credits per semester. There are 2 semesters. The first semester, we have to do 60 credits, and then the second semester, we have to do another 60 to make 120 for you to graduate. So in terms of the number of modules, there are 8 modules that one has to do, and then 2 electives modules that you have to do. So for an elective module to run, there should be a minimum of 20 registered students. Otherwise, if we don't meet that 20 registered students, the elective cannot be offered because of the financial viability. As I indicated, for a full-time student, you are required to have 2 years maximum to complete your qualification. Beyond that, the university system won't allow you to register. But if you are registered part-time and distance, you have 3 years. So these are if you check the section indicated in red, those are the module codes that you are going to see once you start the registration process online. So for full-time, it's FC D05 and then E502 P for Poch, and then it's FT full-time. And then the Mafeking one, you see there is an M, it's indicating that it's Mafeking campus. And the same thing with the part-time. So if you are going to register in Mafeking, you should take note of those codes. They indicate the campus that you are going to register in. And then the last part, the last 2 alphabets of the code, they indicate whether it's part-time or full-time or distance. Next slide. Yes, and then for those who don't qualify through the normal application process, as I indicated, that I'm going to just explain a bit what the RPL entails. So this one is for candidates or prospective students who hold qualifications below the required NQF level 7. So if you have a qualification that is below NQF level 7, and you have sufficient or relevant managerial experience, you have been a leader, you have been a manager, uh, you have extensive experience, you can apply through this route. It's not a normal process. So the process, it's done online. You submit an online application and then the RPL application. So it will take you through the steps where you need to submit supporting documents, and then the application will be reviewed by the admission committee. And then if sufficient managerial experience it's demonstrated or it's seen on the application, you will receive an invitation to write a skills competency test. Usually we use TTS, it's around 1,500. So if you pass the test, you receive an invitation again to come for an interview where you'll be interviewed by the selection panel. And if you are successful, your application will be taken for consideration by the admission committee. So it's an extensive process. That's why we are closing on the 31st of July each year before one is offered or before one receives an offer if they are successful. Next slide. Then in terms of those that are applying through the normal route, so if you go online, you visit, if you go to our website, the business school website or the university website, you see the section where it's saying apply now. That's where you begin your application. So what will happen if it will prompt you or it will ask you to create a university number and a PIN, which you are going to use to log in and track your application as you move along. So what's important is if the system indicates that a university number already exists, you should click, there is a section which says forgotten university number on the application portal. Then it will allow you to complete the required fields and confirm your contact details. So your 8-digit university number will be sent to you. So if you have forgotten your PIN, you can also click on the application login. Then there is a section that will allow you to select PIN forgotten, and then there are prompts there that will allow you to reset your forgotten PIN. Can we go to the next slide? And then in terms of step 3, once you have logged in, you select the application here. So it will be for 2027. Then you select the qualification type. If you are enrolling for the postgraduate diploma in management, you select that. Then you are going to select the mode of delivery. Remember, I spoke of the full-time, part-time, and then the distance. You can choose the mode of delivery. So after choosing that, it will allow you to choose the program. So only qualifications for which you meet admission requirements will be displayed. So if you are maybe meeting another qualification like a postgraduate diploma in finance, those are the qualifications that will be displayed in the system. But don't forget the codes. If the code is ending with an FT, it means full-time. So if you are one person considering to enroll using distance, just look at the final 2 alphabets of the curriculum codes displayed in the system. DI, it's distance, PT, it's part-time, and FT, it's full-time. Once you are there, you have selected the study of your choice, you can move to the next session where you complete your personal information. This includes your personal details, your contact information, your academic history, and school information. So that page will give you access to complete your personal information. If you can go to the next slide. Then step 6, it's about uploading your supporting documents. So you need to upload clear electronic copies of your documents, your South African ID, or a valid passport, your academic scripts. If you have other qualification certificates, you upload them, your CV, your motivation letter, and also if there are other additional documents requested for your application, that's where you upload all the necessary supporting documents. Then you need to pay online the application fee through the portal. As Prof. Joe indicated, for South African students or applicants, it's 150 rands, and then for international students or applicants, it's 600 rands. Your application will be submitted automatically once the payment has been processed successfully. If you can go to the next slide. Then you can go back to the system if you want to track your application to check how far it is. What you need to do, you need to log in to the application portal at any time using the university number that you created and the PIN. Then you can check the application status. If you want to update your contact details, also you can do that. And also, as I indicated earlier on, if you have forgotten your PIN, the portal again allows you to retrieve your PIN. Yeah. So in terms of the application closing date, for if you want to study next year, it's closing on the 30th of November this year. Okay, maybe just to look at how the PGDip is structured. This is the curriculum structure. We have a number of modules that run in first semester. They are all 12 credits modules. We have the corporate governance, we have the general management, we have the management, managerial economics, we have the financial reporting, we have the operations management. All these courses, they run first semester. And then second semester, we have principles of marketing and advertising. We have human resource management for line managers and research methodology. These are the core modules that you have to do, and you need to choose 2 electives out of those 4 electives, the last 4 electives displayed there. So in terms of electives, we have labor relations, we have information management, we have new venture creation, we have project management. So out of the 4, you need to choose 2. So in total, you have to do 8 core modules and 2 electives to come up with 120 credits for you to graduate. And you need to pass those modules. You don't just graduate without passing, but you need to pass those 10 modules. And then in terms of attendance, for part-time and full-time, we have 5 online sessions every second week. That starts at 7 to 9 in the evening. And then we have 2 face-to-face compulsory study schools per semester. So these are 3 days from 8 to 5 in the mornings. So this, for one who chooses to do part-time, the study schools are compulsory. And then for distance students or prospective students, we have 5-hour online induction section each semester. At the beginning of each semester, there is an induction session for 5 hours. And then we have 5 online sessions every second week, which runs from 7 to 9 p.m. In terms of technology requirements, obviously one thing that we require you need to have a personal computer or a desktop with reliable broadband internet, because some of we have, for those who are, remember, we're using the blended approach for part-time and full-time. So there are times where we're going to do in-class tests or sessions, so that connectivity it's required. And also your modern web browser, this can be Chrome, Firefox, or Edge. And also you should install Microsoft Office and a webcam and a microphone, just in case a lecturer requests you to show your face and then explain whatever you'll be explaining. And also you need to have an email account for communication with the admin team, and also cell phone access. Next slide. Then in terms of support, we have 4 ladies that are supporting the PGDip program. The senior administrator, we have Ms. Puleng, and then we have other colleagues, the program administrators. We have Hope, Salima, and Wendy, and also we have Meg assisting the program. And then in terms of applications and registrations, we have Tabo is handling the applications and registrations. So these are the admin team that are responsible for your queries. If you are doing distance, each and every admin team, it's allocated to specific modules. So if, for instance, it's corporate governance and uh, financial reporting, you have queries, you can speak to that specific administrator for quick response. If maybe you are doing marketing, and marketing is allocated to Wendy, you can speak to Wendy direct so that they can assist you in your queries. So each and every module, it's going to have a specific or someone or an administrator dealing with that module in terms of queries and the lecturers communication with the lecturers. If you can go to the next slide. Okay, this is the end of our session, colleagues. I'll welcome any questions if there are, or comments.
Maybe as we get comments, one of the things that is important to note, colleagues, is that with the quoted fees, if you're doing part-time, you can spread it over 2 years. So in most, you might be requested to pay around 22,000. Just from a guidance perspective, the university requires a minimum amount that you need to pay, and then the rest can be paid over a period.
Colleagues, if there are questions, the floor is open.
Looks like you are very clear, Prof. Kaiser.
I see an hand, Innocent, and then Warona. Warona, and then Innocent.
I think Innocent was ready to go. Maybe we can start, Innocent. Can hear you. We can hear you.
Oh, okay. Good evening. I just wanted to check. I think the prof mentioned an amount that might be required before you proceed or get registered. I missed that.
Yeah.
I was just kind of asking if they can repeat the amount. How much is it?
There's a percentage amount, and the colleagues will type it. There's a percentage amount you have to pay, and then you can pay the rest of your fees over a period. So it also depends on the total of your fees and how many modules, for example, you are taking. If you're spreading over 2 years, the total you will pay for the qualification will be what we quoted, around 40 to 43,000 and inflation adjustment considered. And then for contact learning, it will be 60. So you can decide to split over 2, but if you're doing everything in 1 year, there's a standard amount that you have to pay, and I don't want to be misquoted, and we can check as you go along. But I recall that it was around 12,000 rand that you have to pay, and then the rest you can split over the study period.
Okay, thank you so much. Noted.
Oscar, and then Warona. Warona, I see Oscar is muted.
Prof. K, I have noted that Simone says that Warona and Oscar might have probably joined with a device that does not allow them to use their microphones. Maybe that's why they're not able to unmute themselves.
Maybe they can ask a question. They can type it in the chat box, and then we'll read it aloud and then answer it back. Any other questions, colleagues? And maybe just to help again to emphasize that if you are doing contact learning, you are not, or part-time, you're not expected to attend classes every single week. We have 2 study schools per module of about 3 days each, and you will then come to a campus in Potchefstroom or Mahikeng. We run 2 separate study schools, and then for the rest of the semester, you will then continue your studies online. And given the intention to accommodate students from other African countries, there is no likelihood that you will have to come to campus to come and write an exam. If we are having exams, they are timed and using online tools. So on this program, at least in the foreseeable future, and for next year in particular, you won't be expected to fly from Swaziland, Lesotho, etc., just to come to write an exam. So we're using online tools to facilitate examination. So you can study from anywhere. And actually, we do have students in other countries, including Europe.
Innocent, I recognize you.
Thank you. I also just wanted to find out if maybe I am company funded. Is it allowed for me to finish a letter that certifies that I will be funded by the company, and obviously maybe get registered so that they will settle the amount at a later stage?
I hope you want to take that.
I'll take it, Prof. Yes, you are allowed to do that. Basically, when registration is open, we've got a portal, which is our student information system, where students register. So when it comes to the finance portion of it, you will then upload your letter to state that your employer will be paying. And then from our side, then our finance department will then create an invoice for your company and then also open your profile for you to be able to register while we await payment from your employer.
What is important to mention is that there are two phases to your being a student with us. First, you need to apply for admission, and it takes a couple of months to do that. Then once you are admitted on the program, because your employer will want a letter of admission, so the sooner you start the admission process, or look at the admission criteria. You have an undergrad qualification, the path is clear. You have the 31st of July to apply. Then once you get admitted, you can then take the admission letter and apply for funding at your employer, and then they will award you a bursary. The registration, which is the selection and the requirements for payment for fees, will only happen in January or late December. So for now, the only financial commitment, if you meet the criteria, will be the stated registration fee. And in terms of your total fees, let's say it's 40,000 or 60,000, that requirement for one to start making payment will be from January, when you then select the modules, and based on the number of modules, then the finance system will calculate the minimum you need to pay, and then you will spread whatever that's left. And if you have a bursary letter, then the company would have made a commitment to pay and will pay upon invoicing.
Thank you, Prof. Joe. Senzo and then Tsietsi.
Prof. K, Senzo's mic also is giving an issue. So Tsietsi, you can ask your question.
Senzo or Tsietsi.
Hi, Prof. K.
So your mic is unmuted, so if you talk, we will be able to hear you. Okay, let's try Ryan or Ryan or Ryan. Senzo.
Prof. Joe, can I just read out a question in the chat? The question states, do you have in-house funding as business school for academic excellence, for academically excellent students who completed their undergraduate qualification with NWU?
Okay. Salima, do you want to take that?
Yeah, thank you so much for the opportunity, Prof. Dear Oscar, in terms of the bursaries, right? The business school does not have bursaries for those students. However, the NWU does offer bursaries for students who are academically performing in their studies, right? So you need to visit the NW website, go to bursaries, and then you can apply for it, because there are some documents that they need from you.
Yeah.
So you can apply through that portal.
And to add to Salima, in our case, we do consider special circumstances, but you should be in your program and have progressed beyond the first semester. So the broader university has got bursaries available for all its students and all its programs. You try there first. Let's say it covers a portion, and then at the end of the first semester, once you prove performance and qualification, we do have an opening for very limited bursaries to assist students. So your best bet is the NW as you apply. And thank you, Salima.
Hello.
Senzo, we can hear you loud and clear.
Okay, thank you so much. I wanted to ask you, last year, I think I did try to apply for the course, and I was, I don't know if I should say I was admitted, but it all stopped when I had to pay the admission fee because I didn't have it. I think it was 12,000 and something. So stopped there. So I wanted to ask Wuti, moving, so if now I want to reapply for next year, how do I then move forward? Do I start afresh or do I communicate with the administrators? What do I do?
I will take that question. Senzo, you need to reapply because this will be for a new academic year. So it will be a new application. So you have to start your application from scratch. And with applications for 2027, you'll be required to make a payment of 150 for your application. So your application fee for 2027 is 150 Rand for South African students. If you are an international student, then it will be 600 Rand. And then the fee that you're referring to, that 12,000 Rand, it was actually the registration fee that was required. So yeah, you'll have to start your application from scratch.
But I think also, Senzo, the comfort will be that if you applied and got admitted through the normal route without the RPM, the process will be seamless and one can re-upload same documents that allowed you a chance. It is only that if you applied through RPL that we consider the validity of the test you did externally, because they've got the rules that if you did the test over a year, then you will have to redo the test. But if you went via the normal route, you have a bachelor degree, and you meet all the other requirements, then you can reload the document, make the payment, load proof of payment, and you know, expect a positive outcome as you have in the previous year.
I think that's what I was hoping for, you know, to not restart the whole thing, but to, I don't know, start somewhere.
Unfortunately, we don't keep records of applications, and we assume that at the end of a period, we shouldn't keep your data because you have not taken up the offer. And to clean up our database, we gave you an offer to study with us and you did not accept it. And for that reason, we are assuming that you are not intending to continue with us. But in terms of criteria, nothing would have changed, and you can reload your application, which is really a seamless process. I don't think it takes more than 30 minutes to follow all the steps. And also from an institution perspective, we looked at some of the challenges we had from a registration perspective and admission, and we have improved our systems to allow for a much more better student experience.
Okay, thank you so much. I'll try and go through the same process.
And maybe just before we allow the colleagues, maybe the others can unmute. But the point about studying, you know, 1 year when you're not studying is an opportunity miss. And it's often that we think that we need to register for all the modules. You can imagine that if you registered for like 4, I mean, it would have been progress in its own, because if you're not doing full-time day student, you have 2 years to complete. So don't think that to enroll for the qualification, you have to select all the modules and make means for the 20,000. You can select 4 modules. Each module is around 5,000 Rand or so, depending on the load. But ultimately, you will bank 1 year of studying. But yeah, thank you very much for the question. And next person in the queue, anyone that raise a hand and can just unmute themselves or type. Prof. Keza, we might have covered all the questions.
Ryan, I see your hand is up again. Any last question, colleagues? I see there are no more questions, but thank you very much, everyone. We look forward to welcoming you to the Northwest University Business School PGDip program in management. Please don't hesitate to apply. We're waiting for you. Thank you very much, all. And also, for more information, you can also continue checking the website. If something wasn't clear, or contact the administrators. The recording will be available on the link. We're recording the session, but please don't stop applying. We're waiting for those applications. Thank you very much. Enjoy your evening.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye-bye.